it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new football video where we will talk about the absolute shocking disaster failure of a season for Manchester United, and also this is Manchester United's biggest trophy drought in more than 40 years. The last time it was in the 70s when Man United went 5 years without a trophy, and also, just to blow your mind even more, this will be Cristiano Ronaldo's first season in 16 years that he fails to win a trophy, which is absolutely incredible. Man United were knocked out of the League Cup in the third round. Man United were knocked out by the Middlesbrough, a championship team, in the FA Cup in the fourth round at Old Trafford, and also they got knocked out at Old Trafford at home against Atletico Madrid in the round of 16. And I mean, it's very unlikely at this point that Man United will make top 4 in the Premier League. They are 2 points behind Arsenal, and when Arsenal have 3 games in hand on Man United or something crazy like that. And this is after Manchester United signed Cristiano Ronaldo, Rafael Varane and Jadon Sancho, and they claimed that they will challenge for the title this season, and all the pundits claimed that after Man United finished second and having an incredible transfer window, they will challenge for the Premier League title. So this is the biggest failure of Manchester United in like 40 years, I think, this season, especially after the signings that they made. And it shows how much of a hypocrite all the pundits are who didn't really openly criticize Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'm talking about Paul Scholes, Rio Ferdinand, Gary Neville, who are mates with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Of course, they were former teammates at Man United, and they didn't really put the knife in Solskjaer figuratively, and they didn't really criticize him that much. But now that Ralf Ragnick is the manager, they are very happy, and they have no problem criticizing the manager, and they are saying Ralf Ragnick is basically a CEO or a sporting director who just has to be a manager until the end of the season. But I think how Man United ended up in this situation in the first place is an absolute disgrace, because Manchester United are literally like the richest club, almost one of the richest clubs in the world, and they could get basically almost anybody as manager, they could get almost anybody as director of football, and they could sign almost anyone in the world. And the way that this club is run is an absolute disgrace to the brand, and I'm absolutely loving it as a Liverpool fan. You guys know I'm a huge Liverpool fan. I grew up watching Manchester United win everything, and they almost always won the Premier League when I was growing up. I started watching the Premier League in like 2000, 2001, around that time. So in the last like 15, for the first 15 years of my life, Manchester United almost always won the Premier League. But since Sir Alex Ferguson left, they have changed managers so many times, and it's not the manager's fault. And a top-class manager won't fix all the issues at Manchester United. I watched extensively the post-match reaction after Man United got knocked out by Atletico Madrid, and Paul Scholes, Rio Ferdinand, Owen Hargreaves, they all claimed that Man United need a top-class manager. Yes, that's true. Ralf Ragnick is not good enough, but he's not even a classic manager type. He's more of a director of football, and he's here as an interim manager. But I think it would have been better if they went for Antonio Conte or other people. But they all claimed that a top-class manager is needed, and that will fix Manchester United's issues. But that's not true. Jose Mourinho, literally one of the best managers to ever manage world football, even he couldn't challenge for a title because of how far and away better Manchester City are than Man United, and how far and away better Liverpool are now than Manchester United. And Jose Mourinho, exactly 4 years ago, he had that infamous Football Heritage press conference. You should look it up and watch it in full, because it's as relevant today as it was 4 years ago, where he basically listed that Manchester United, since they won the Champions League, you know, they have had utter failures in the Champions League many times. I mean, last season they failed to qualify from the Champions League group stages, and yes, they went all the way to the Europa League final, but they lost that final against Villarreal. And previously they went to the Europa League semi-finals. Previously they lost Champions League quarter-finals. Then previously Champions League last 16. And the previous season, when Jose Mourinho was the manager, they won the Europa League, they won the FA Cup as well as the Community Shield. So that was actually a hugely successful season. And they also ended up, in a 6th place in the Premier League. But then Mourinho finished as second with 81 points. And still, to this day, nobody could get close to Mourinho's points tally. The closest that they came was last season, and they finished on 74 points last season, which is still 7 points behind Mourinho's tally. And they said people will look back on Mourinho said people will look back on me finishing second with 81 points and realize how a great achievement that is. And now people should realize that and give Mourinho credit, because that team was a lot worse than this Manchester United team. And this Manchester United team will get nowhere near 81 points, whoever the manager is. And that just shows what like even a brilliant coach, a brilliant manager like Jose Mourinho couldn't really get more out of this Manchester United squad. Or that Manchester United squad, and it's true to this Manchester United squad as well. They have 7 or 8 players who either don't really want to play for Manchester United, who don't really work hard for the Manchester United fans, for the badge, for the shirt, and also many of them are just passengers in this team, and they don't really have the passion, the fight for this Manchester United side. And also many of them are out of contract, and many of them either want to leave because then they are not playing, like Marcus Rashford, or they want to leave because Manchester United are not really challenging for trophies. I suspect Cristiano Ronaldo will leave in the summer, because I can't see Cristiano Ronaldo sticking around with a bunch of losers like the Manchester United squad are. And also the manager Ralf Ragnick really blamed some of the refereeing decisions for going out of the Champions League. That's loser mentality. Even some Man United fans singled that out, that's not how Manchester United should operate. You shouldn't blame the refereeing decisions for going out, because this Atletico Madrid team is not the great Atletico Madrid side of last season, which won La Liga. This is a team a lot different, who are actually struggling to even finish in the top 4 in La Liga. They are not as great as they were last season. Yet Man United made them look world class in the second half. The first half, Man United attacked Atletico Madrid quite well, and in the first 20-30 minutes actually Man United were the better team, and Oblak had to make some good saves. But then Atletico Madrid started playing, because Man United didn't really press them, they didn't really impose their will on Atletico Madrid. They didn't really, put Atletico Madrid on a lot of pressure, and they could really just grow into the game. And when they started playing football, Atletico Madrid, when they started imposing their style on the game, and they were led by Manchester United to do that, they really started creating chances. They scored an offside goal, then they scored a perfectly good goal. Alanga dived in the build-up of that goal, and that was not even exactly before the goal. It was quite a few seconds before Atletico Madrid actually scored, almost 1 minute before. And also the Man United defense was just all over the place. And I mean, Harry Maguire is the perfect epitome of what is wrong with Manchester United's transfer policy. This is a guy who is not world class. He's sometimes good, sometimes bang average. Yet Manchester United paid 80 million for Harry Maguire, and they were expecting a Virgil van Dijk, because Liverpool just before that paid 75 million for Virgil van Dijk, if I'm not mistaken. Yet Manchester United got a really average footballer in Harry Maguire, who's not really captain material. He's not really a reader. He doesn't really strike me as a guy who could lead the team, like Virgil van Dijk, like Jordan Henderson, like James Milner, leads Liverpool on the pitch and off the pitch. Yet he's the captain of Manchester United, and he got substituted yesterday against Atletico Madrid, which I found fairly hilarious. You need to get a goal, you need to win the game, and you substitute your captain. Of course, who is a centre back, so he won't score the goal probably. But still, to substitute your captain, it just shows that Manchester United are all over the place. And if you look at their record in Europe since since 2011, since they finished second in the Champions League final. It's absolutely atrocious. They went out of the Champions League group stage in 2012, and then they went out in the Europa League round of 16, then they went out to the Champions League round of 16, then they went to the Champions League quarter-final, then in 2014-15 they didn't even qualify for Europe, and then they went out of the Champions League group stage again, and their best European achievement is winning the Europa League and getting to the final last season. But in the Champions League, their best result is Champions League quarter-finals for the last 10 seasons, and that is very damning of how far Manchester United have fallen, because under Sir Alex Ferguson, Man United were one of the most feared teams in Europe, and they actually went to back-to-back Champions League finals in 2008 and 2009, and then they went to the Champions League final again in 2011, where those days are long gone, because Manchester United haven't been to a Champions League final since 2011, and you wouldn't bet on them even qualifying for the competition itself, for the qualifying for the Champions League. So let me know what you think about Manchester United's predicament right now. I think they deservedly lost to Atletico Madrid. In the second half, Atletico were just the better team, and Man United didn't really create many clear-cut chances. And De Gea himself said that it's not good enough for Man United to not win a trophy in 5 seasons. There are not too many years without any trophies, even without fighting for trophies. That's the biggest problem, according to De Gea, and I fully agree with him, that Man United are not even in the conversation for a title race, or a conversation for getting to the latter stages of the Champions League or the FA Cup or the League Cup. And they have said we need much more from everyone, because this club is too big for where we are now. We don't just want to play for the top 4 and be there and get out and get knocked out in the Champions League last 16 or quarterfinals. We need much more from everyone, because this club is too big. We are far from the fighting places for the Premier League and for the Champions League, so we need much more from everyone. And I think a lot needs to change. Man United are like Liverpool in the 90s, that they have fallen so far away from where they need to be as a huge club in England and in European football, that they need probably a rebuilding project. And that's the biggest problem for Man United. They want instant success. They are constantly changing managers, they are constantly signing players for big money, on huge salaries. You need to find a world-class coach, either Antonio Conte or Thomas Tuchel or Erik ten Hag, and you just need to trust him, to give him money, to build this club from the ground up. Manchester United needs a 2 or 3 year rebuilding project, and you need to be clear with the fans. Don't expect a title challenge, don't expect us to challenge for the Champions League for the next 2 or 3 years. Just let the manager work, and then we will judge him in 2 or 3 years. But is that really the mentality at Manchester United? I don't really know. So let me know, how do you see the Manchester United situation in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.